Hello my friend and welcome to today's full body bodyweight workout. For this session you're going to need a mat, possibly a chair or a wall just to hold on to for some unilateral movements. I'm also using a rolled up jumper for some core work, but you could also use a cushion. You might have a mini ball or a yoga block as well. Alright, grab those things and meet me on the mat. Alright, we're going to get started on the floor today. I'm going to take my feet as wide as the mat. My fingers are going to point out to the sides, so my chest is open, soft through my elbows. And then I'm just going to rock my knees in and then through center and then over to the other side. So just rocking like windshield wipers back and forth, side to side, just gently waking up my hips. Soft through the elbows, keeping chest open. And just landing in the space, taking a breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Good, and come back up to neutral. From here, we're going to flip into 4-point kneeling. And I'm going to take my hand behind my head. I'm going to inhale, bring my elbow down towards my opposite wrist. I exhale, and I twist to open. Inhale, elbow to wrist. Exhale, twist to open, keeping my hips square to the floor, so it's just my rib cage moving. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Float that hand down. I walk my hands towards my knees. I come up into halfway kneeling, bring my arms out in front of me. A little bit of tension through my arms, energy through my fingertips. And then I'm going to rock forwards and back, feeling a stretch down the front of my leg. And back. Good. We rock and back. We're starting today with lower body. And then we're coming down to the floor for a mixture of core and some more lower body as well. Good. We'll switch, or we'll come back down, to tabletop. Now we're switching hands. We inhale opposite. Wrist to elbow. Exhale, open. And remember, in all of our warm-ups, we're not pressing in to anything. We're not forcing the movement. We're just gently shifting our bodies, gently waking up our bodies, inviting movement into our system. Bring that hand back down, walk the hands back up, come into halfway kneeling, arms out in front of us, switching on our core. We come forwards and back. Good. And back. 2 more of these, gliding forwards, waking up our ankle, waking up our hip flexors. And back up. Well done. Bring that knee underneath us. Back into 4-point kneeling for a moment. Tuck toes under. We're going to press the floor away and lift our knees off of the floor in 3. In 2. In 1. Hold for 5. For 4. 3. 2. 1. Walk hands back towards feet. Heavy head. Keeping knees soft. Then we restack slowly. Press the floor away. Engaging backs of legs. Restack slowly. Head's the last thing. 2 stack back on top, find your horizon line with your eyes and shake it out. Well done. Excellent work. All right, as I say, we're starting in standing today. We're focusing on lower body to get started. We're going to start with some squats. So I'm going to take my feet out hip to shoulder width apart. I'm looking down at a clock. My toes are about 10 and 2 on the clock face. I'm bending my knees, sending my hips back. I pause and I double pulse at the bottom of the movement and I stand back up. We've got 8 of these in total in 3, in 2, in 1, let's go. Pulse and stand. Good. Double pulse and stand. So that double pulse is just increasing our time under tension. Again, because we're doing body weight work, we've got to create that intensity in our body. We've got to make our muscles work and feel challenged without the external forces, which is so doable. Like, I already feel this. Whew. Good. If you're with me, we've got 3. We've got 2. Last 1. And up. Well done. I'm going to stand to the top of my mat. We're going to come into a lateral lunge. So option 1 is to actually start with the legs wide apart. We hinge over and come back to center and stay with this closed chain situation with the feet. Right, we've got 8 in 3, in 2, and 1. We step it out to the side, hinging at the hips, press it back. Keep chest lifted, not letting it collapse forwards, rounding out the back. Hips go back. Yeah, each time. I'm trying to keep my toes pointing forwards as well, so I really feel it in the side of my leg and my glute. All right, if you're with me, we're on 3. We have 2. And last 1. Good. Stand it back up. All right, we're going to keep this our working leg. I'm going to keep this my standing leg, and I'm going to take myself into a curtsy lunge. So this standing leg is going to stay here. I'm going to take my working leg back in a diagonal. I curtsy lunge down, and I come back up to tap, and then I repeat for 8. Making sure this knee isn't collapsing over my arch, keeping it driven over that second toe. All right, are we ready? In 3, in 2, and 1. We take it back and across, sink it down, stand it back up. 1 and 2. Good. And as always, please feel free to hold on to a support here. Creating more support in the body just helps to drive all of those good neurons to the working muscle. We're not fighting for stability, so it's actually great to have a support in these exercises. But if you also want to work on stability and balance, you can do that also. Good. We'll pause there. Well done. Shake out the legs. All right, we're going to repeat on the other side, but first we're coming down to the floor. From here, we're going to bring ourselves into 4-point kneeling to start with. I'm tucking my toes under, and I'm coming up into a high plank. From here, I come up with my hips, a hip hinge, and then float back into a plank. If wrists don't feel comfy, come down to forearms. We're here, and up, and down. All right, choose your positioning in 3, in 2, in 1. We lift. We've got 8 of these. Being mindful of our elbows, not locking them out if we're hypermobile. There's a little bit of softness to them. 2, 3, good. Halfway there. Making sure you're not letting the hips drop all the way through, they're lifted. Yeah, zipping up through center. Final 3. And 2. Feeling into your back, feeling into your core. Last 1. Bringing your knees down to the floor. Well done. Making your way back up to standing nice and slowly. Well done. Good. We get to repeat that all over again from our squat pulses. So taking the feet hip to shoulder width apart, toes at 10 and 2. Are we ready? In 3, in 2, and 1. We squat it down, double pulse. 1, 2, press back up. Get down, double pulse. That's 2. And 3. You can inhale as you lower. Exhale as you press the floor away. Coming down and up. If you're with me, this is our final 3. And 2. Good. Last 1. Well done. Coming to the top of the mat. We're either doing our closed chain variation or stepping out into that lateral lunge. In 3, in 2, in 1. We step it out. Hips go back. Really making sure they're driving you back. And up. Good. 3. Control that knee. Not letting it cave in. Good. Noticing how this side feels. Good. Press it back. And down. Good. Almost there. If you're with me, this is our final lunge to the side. Press it back up. Well done. Good. Keeping this our working leg, keeping this our standing leg. Imagine roots growing down through the sole of the foot. Shift our balance, our weight over that leg. Curtsy lunge in 3, in 2, in 1. Curtsy lunge it back. And up. Good. We've got 8 again. 2. Good. Feeling energy through the crown of the head, even as we sink down. Good. Inhale as we lower. Halfway. Press it up. Good. We've got 3 more if you're with me. 3 and 2. Last 1. And up. Well done. Shake out those legs. Excellent job. We're coming down into the floor now. All right, from here, we're coming down into our core work. I'm going to use my rolled up jumper, just kind of roughly where my bra strap is. So upper back. My feet are going to be in standing. I'm going to start with my hands just to the backs of my legs underneath my knees. I'm drawing my shoulder blades down into back pockets. Before we even go, I'm taking a breath in. I exhale. I draw my pelvic floor up, belly button towards spine, and I'm scooping through my center, knitting my ribcage down. Bring my hands to the back of my neck, and then I'm just going to lower myself gently. So I'm looking still at a slight diagonal, but up towards the sky here. This is my start position. I inhale, I exhale, I curl up, I bring my knee up, I lower down, and then I alternate here. All right, we've got 8 of these in total. Ready? Find your start. 3, 2, 1, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lower down. Exhale. And lower down. Good. 3. And halfway. Oh, it's really difficult to talk and do this. Making sure you're using that exhale as you lift the foot off of the floor and curl up. Good. If you're with me, we lower that foot down and let's rock up for a moment. Well done. I'm going to bring this and place it underneath my hips now. And just to lift me up a little bit, I'm going to lift my left foot toes to ceiling and then my right foot up. From here, we're coming into some L kicks. So I'm going to lower my left leg down and bring it back up. Lower my other leg down and bring it back up. Again, we have 8 of these in 3, in 2, in 1. We lower down and up. Good. So again, really connecting to your core. We exhale as we lower. Soften ribcage down. Inhale. Bring it back up. 3, 4. Good. You might feel a release through that front of the leg. 5. Keeping your back nice and still. 6, 7. Last 1. Down. Well done. Bring the feet back down to the floor. Good. From here, we're coming into side lying. Last move. My hips, my knees, my ankles are stacked. My elbow is underneath my shoulder. From here, I'm lifting through my obliques, my rib cage here. I'm bringing my top arm up. And then from here, we're coming up into a side lying hip thrust and lower back down. So I'm elevating my hips off the floor and I'm bringing my hips forward. So we've got 8 in total, in 3, in 2, in 1. Press floor away, lift it up. 1, and send those hips back. Lift it up. 2, and down. Good. 3, and down. Good. And 4, and down. We're halfway there. How are you feeling? And then we're almost done. We've got 3 left on this side. 3, and 2. This last one we're going to hold at the top. Extend the top leg, extend the top arm, and just tiny pulses out for 8, for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold everything back in. Well done. We're going to switch sides. Good stuff. We are so almost there. We're stacked. We're lifting through this ribcage. Don't let it drop. Lift that top arm in 3, in 2, in 1. We lift the hips, extend them forwards, coming into hip extension and bringing them back. 2. Good. 3. You might notice one side feels easier than the other. And that's 5. We have 3 left. 3, and 2. This next one we hold at the top. Hold, extend, tiny pulses up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower everything back down. Well done. Come into a 90-90. And we'll come into a side reach. Well done. Slow everything down. Inhale to the side of the ribcage. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, coming back up. We'll come back into our internal, external rotation from the beginning. Fingertips out to the side, rocking in. And just taking this opportunity to slow everything down. Take a body scan from top to toes. Notice how you're feeling. What felt really strong today? What felt connected? Good. Pause there. We'll come to the other side. Carve through side body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Well done. One more inhale. Exhale. Float back up to center. And we'll just come into sitting, resting hands on the tops of the legs. Gather in. And we'll finish there. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in our next session.